Hotel Darkness. Your room is ready, child. Enjoy your stay. I know a boy who can't sit down. Actually, it's not just sitting. He has trouble standing, squatting, lying, running, leaning, jumping, skipping, turning, sliding, hopping, pointing, smiling, winking, nudging, tapping, flicking and opening a can of beans. Just about the only thing he can do is drip. This is the Visitors Book, where all the grisly tales of all my wicked guests are written down. Want to see why one of these bad children is down here? This is Nathaniel's story. I call it The Kingdom of Wax. Nathaniel's parents were very strict about being good. They believed in clean clothes, scrubbed faces, cold knees and early beds. For the first 10 years of his life, if Nathaniel was not sweeping his room or polishing brass, he was letting his mother spit on his hair so that she could smooth it nice and shiny. Nathaniel's parents ran a waxworks museum called the Kingdom of Wax, which contained a different kind of waxwork celebrity. Nobody naughty was allowed in. Very few film stars, no footballers, no rock musicians, and only a handful of politicians. Every person represented inside the Kingdom of Wax was good. Then, just after his 11th birthday... Happy birthday, Nathaniel. Thank you, Father, Mother. It's what I've always wanted. Well, go on then. See if it works. Nathaniel discovered girls. And his goodness went clean out the window. It was his headmistress's fault. Ahem. This Friday, there will be a Strictly Disco Fever Leavers Ball for all Year 7s. Only this year, the girls will be choosing their partners, so it's up to the boys to impress them. Girls! Nathaniel had never thought about girls before. Now he could think about nothing else. That night, he shocked his parents. Mother, Father, I shall no longer be wearing my hair in a spit-down slick. From now on, instead of devoting my life to being good, I shall devote my life to being attractive to girls. I knew this would happen if we sent you to school. What's wrong with girls? Girls are temptation, Nathaniel. They will distract you from your purpose here on Earth. Remind me what that purpose is again. To live a life of goodness. To forego life's fripperies such as vanity and fashion. But Nathaniel was determined to make himself attractive to girls. He tried to find out what they liked, but only managed to discover what they didn't like when the following morning he went into school minus the hair spit. Bedhead, bet you wish that you were dead. Nathaniel had never felt less attractive to girls in his life. But he did notice that the boys who caught the girls' eyes all had impossibly high hair stacks. Shh! What's your secret? Wax, innit? But wax cost money, and Nathaniel was penniless because his father didn't believe in pocket money. When you are dead, Nathaniel, worms and maggots will gobble you up. While you are alive, it is money that does that, because money opens the door to loose living. Desperate times called for desperate measures. As the church clock struck midnight, Nathaniel dropped into the Kingdom of Wax. He was not planning to steal a whole body, just enough so that nobody would notice. An ear from a radio presenter. A nose from a TV wine expert. And some fingers from the world's finest fly fisherman. The next morning he woke up bright and early and went downstairs to melt the wax, massage it into his hair and wash up all trace of his theft before his parents got up.
What have you done to your hair now?
It was like this when I woke up. Covered in wax.
You are lying, Nathaniel. And little liars never prosper. Beware, Nathaniel, or you will burn your fingers.
Not if I don't get caught. But his new hair fell short of the mark, because the other boys had raised their game too, opting for hair sculptures to lure the ladies.
By the end of the day, Nathaniel was still dateless.
So that night, hoping that nobody would notice, he stole a little bit more wax and moulded his hair into the shape of a horse's head.
He was still not chosen.
The next day he tried a cheeseburger because someone had told him that girls really liked cheeseburgers. But not at his school, apparently. The only girl who still had to choose her date for the Leavers Ball was One-Toothed Tina, and she was notorious for hating boys. Her passion was rugby, which was how she lost her teeth. But Nathaniel wasn't choosy. In his desperation to be liked by Tina, he stole more wax than he needed to sculpt an object that Tina would be powerless to resist.
What is that? Mark my words, Nathaniel, it will all end in flames.
The waxed-up hair sculpture of Twickenham Rugby Stadium worked. Nathaniel had finally got his girl. But that night, when he should have been going to the ball, he paid for his deception. He had stolen too much wax from the museum, and his parents had noticed.
Somebody broke in and mutilated the waxworks. Why would someone do such a terrible thing?
Don't know. It wasn't me.
Then why is my saucepan full of wax?
Tina's stadium had taken so long to construct that he'd forgotten to wash up the pan.
You little liar! Bring the burning torch, Mother. This wickedness must stop tonight.
But Tina is waiting. What are you going to do to me?
With this torch, we will make you good again.
You're going to burn me?
Burn you?
No, we're just going to melt the wax out of your hair.
To give our celebrities back their body parts.
Who's there?
They came towards him like a chorus line of the living dead, without ears, eyes, noses, hands and feet.
Give us back our wax!
I didn't mean to steal your bits. I only took them for my hair.
You must pay.
Not if I can help it. One spark and the waxworks went up like firelighters. Within seconds, they had liquefied into a pool of blood-red wax.
Phew, that was close. Oops.
His mother and father had been right. He did burn his fingers, and all the rest of him, in a fire born of vanity, theft, lies, and misapplied hair wax. And that, as they say, was that. Everyone has their use down here in this hot hell. I use Nathaniel and all the other vain kiddies who overwax their silly hair as earplugs to keep the noise of screaming guests out of my head while I'm sleeping.